Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So if you're anything like me, you're a super busy person, mom, woman, human, whatever, and you don't have time to make breakfast in the morning. And so sometimes our breakfast choices aren't always the best. Sometimes we throw a frozen waffle in the toaster for our kids. Sometimes we go through the drive-thru. Sometimes we skip breakfast altogether and then make a bad choice at lunch. Well, today's video, I'm going to help you with that. So I'm going to be sharing 10 breakfasts that you can make all in under 10 minutes. Most of these breakfasts are super easy to put together and take even less than 10 minutes. Some are savory and some are sweet, so there's a nice mixture in there. I really think there is something here for everyone. So let's get right into it. I hope you enjoy these recipes.
All right, so first up, we are going to start out with a simple smoothie and some peanut butter toast. So I'm going to start out by sharing with you guys my basic smoothie recipe. So I just have a regular blender here. I'm adding some bananas to that. You can add frozen bananas if you have them in the freezer, but I just had regular on hand. I added some frozen fruit to that, some frozen blueberries, and I also keep spinach in my freezer. I'm also going to add some superfood powders, which I always add to my smoothies from Your Super, and they are actually sponsoring today's video, so thank you to them. So I added a few teaspoons of the superfoods, each one from the Superwoman bundle, which is available on their site. You can buy their superfood powders either individually or in bundles. It's up to you. And I'm also going to add some oat milk. You can add as little or as much as you like to get it to the consistency that you want. I tend to like my smoothies a little bit thinner, so I tend to add a little bit more. I'm going to blend this up, and I like to let the blender run until the smoothie is nice and smooth because I like to drink mine through a straw. I always pour my smoothie into a glass mason jar. I don't know why, that's just how I prefer to drink it. And then I add one of my reusable straws, and simple as that. So I'm going to set that to the side and make some peanut butter toast. To be more specific, this is actually almond butter toast. I had purchased this almond butter from Whole Foods and I really like it. It's super smooth, so definitely recommend that brand if you are looking for a smooth and creamy almond butter. But this is just some regular whole wheat bread, so I'm going to spread the almond butter on that, cut it in half, and then I'm going to add some bananas to the top of this. This is totally optional, but I love the combination of the banana and the nut butter together. This is definitely a super filling breakfast that just takes minutes to put together. I make this for my kids sometimes before school, and I know that they're getting lots of good protein and lots of fiber from the fruit as well. So here's breakfast number one. We have the berry smoothie with the greens in there and the superfood powder. Super nutritious and delicious, as well as the almond butter toast. So the Superwoman bundle contains Moon Balance, Chocolate Lover, Energy Bomb, Forever Beautiful, and Plant Collagen. These mixes can help improve your mood. They definitely help boost your energy when you take them consistently. They also help to nourish your skin and boost your collagen. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a few different ways that you can incorporate these superfood powders into your breakfast to make them a little bit healthier. But if you guys want to try out Your Super, they are offering my viewers 15% off your order on their site. So I'll link the site down below. It's yoursuper.com. You can use code Chapin to get 15% off your order. Definitely check out the Superwoman bundle. The powders are great and they are great tasting. I would definitely recommend the Plant Collagen and the Chocolate Lover powder. Those two are my favorites. Again, it's yoursuper.com. Use code Chapin for 15% off. How does cheesecake sound for breakfast? Delicious, right? Well, I'm going to share with you a little method for toast that tastes almost exactly like cheesecake and is a lot healthier. So I have this Seduction bread from Whole Foods. I really like it, especially for toast. It holds up well and it has a nice chew, lots of whole grains and seeds in it. So I toasted a couple pieces of that and I'm going to spread on a thin layer of plain cream cheese. You could use any flavor of cream cheese for this. I think even like a strawberry or blueberry, or even a brown sugar cream cheese would be very good with this. After that's on, I'm going to place some blueberries on there. This is what I had on hand, but you could use any type of berries. I think strawberries would be really good as well. After the berries are on, I'm just going to simply drizzle a little bit of honey over the top. You could also use maple syrup. If you are vegan, also feel free to use vegan cream cheese. And here's what it looks like when it's done. I know this sounds super simple, but trust me, it's delicious, and I will definitely be making this again. And bonus, this can be completed in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so next up, I'm going to share a creative dish for a yogurt bowl. Many of you guys have probably heard of smoothie bowls. I don't really prefer smoothie bowls. I like making yogurt bowls, so I'm going to share with you how I make mine. So first off, I have some plain vanilla yogurt, and I'm going to take the chance to make this a little bit more nutrient dense by adding some of the chocolate lover powder and the plant collagen, just a few teaspoons of each. This is a great way to sneak those superfoods in, and they make the yogurt way more delicious. Who doesn't love chocolate yogurt, right? So I stirred those powders in, and I'm just going to place the yogurt in one side of the bowl. Next, I'm going to cut up some banana and place that into the bowl as well. I always like to arrange everything just so it's a little bit pretty. You totally don't have to do that, but it just makes me feel fancy, so why not? Okay, and here's where you can get a little bit creative with your toppings. I added some grain-free granola, and then I'm also going to add some coconut chips. I also added some blueberries. You could add any fruit that you have on hand. I thought these coconut chips would go really well with this particular bowl because they are chocolate flavored. And here is the finished product. Super simple, but very delicious and filling and nutritious as well. Okay, so next up is a method for cheesy eggs on toast, and I've seen a couple different ways that this could be done, but I'm going to share with you a method for doing it in under 10 minutes. So I'm going to start by cracking a couple of eggs into a bowl, and then I'll just break the yolks up and whisk those. I'm going to add some milk to mine. I'm sorry, half and half. That's what I had on hand. You could use milk or half and half, or water, or you could even leave it out, but I'm accustomed to making my scrambled eggs with some type of milk. I'm also going to season them with salt and pepper. Make sure that you do generously season them or they will be very bland. However, don't over season them because we are going to add some cheese to this, and cheese does have a little bit of salt. So to my nonstick skillet, I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil spray, and then I'm going to cook the eggs over medium heat until they are just cooked through and solid. I get so many questions when I use this blue silicone fork in my videos, so I'll try to find one online and link it down below. Sometimes they can be hard to find, but they are great for making scrambled eggs. So what I'm going to do with the eggs now is put them back into a clean bowl, and I'm actually going to add some shredded cheese and mash the egg and the cheese together. So this not only helps melt the cheese, but it sort of helps to create like a homogeneous mixture between the cheese and the egg. It's kind of hard to explain, but it makes the eggs a lot more creamy, and I definitely recommend it. You can also do this with a warm hard-boiled egg, but scrambled eggs take a lot less time. So I took 2 pieces of that wheat bread and toasted them, buttered them, and then I'm going to divide the eggs between both slices of toast, and then I'm going to snip some chives over the top. So this is super simple, but you guys definitely have to try it. It is very filling, very delicious, and it can be done, like I said, in less than 10 minutes, like all of these recipes. So definitely recommend giving this a try if you are bored of the same old eggs and toast. Okay, so next up is some chocolate strawberry French toast, and you might be thinking there's no way you can make this in less than 10 minutes, but yes, I assure you that you can. And I actually developed this recipe specifically for this video, and it turned out so good, so I'm super excited to share it with you. So I'm adding 2 eggs and some milk to a bowl. I would say about a 1/4 cup of milk. I also added some vanilla extract, and I'm going to give that a whisk. This is going to make the batter that we're going to dip the bread in. I wanted to keep the calories down on this, so I'm adding some sweetener, but you could also use maple syrup or regular sugar if you wanted. And then I'm going to add a few teaspoons of the Forever Beautiful superfood powder along with a few teaspoons of the chocolate lover. This was so good. It sort of tastes like chocolate covered berries. The batter does for the French toast. And then we're also going to top it with some strawberries when we're done as well. So here is the batter. I'm going to place my bread in that and then just kind of flip it over in the batter until the bread soaks some of it up, and then you just want to put it in a skillet. I just put a tablespoon of butter in the bottom, or you could use oil, and then just cook it on both sides until it's nicely golden brown. Make sure not to burn it. While that is cooking, I'm going to chop up some strawberries. You could use any type of berries for the top of this, but I do really think the combination of the chocolate lover powder and the strawberries works really well together. So here's my French toast. I'm going to sprinkle my strawberries over the top. This turned out so good. And then I like this lower sugar, lower calorie Aunt Jemima syrup. And that's it. Chocolate strawberry French toast. You guys have to try this one. Definitely check out the recipe in the description box below. Okay, next up is a poached egg on some avocado toast. You guys probably knew I had to have an avocado toast recipe in here. So I'm going to start out by boiling my water for the poached egg. So I have some warm water in there to help it come to a boil faster, and I'm going to put a lid on that and turn the heat on. So while that is coming to a simmer, I'm going to crack an egg into a bowl and set that aside. And next I'm going to make the avocado mixture. So there is no anxiety quite like opening an avocado on camera. And I swear to you, I can never get a perfect avocado, but I'll keep trying. I'm just going to scoop half of that avocado into a bowl. And then I like to add a little bit of lemon juice to mine for my avocado toast. You could leave that out, or you could add lime juice as well. And then I'm going to season it with salt and pepper and just mash it together with a fork. Obviously, while I'm doing this, the water is coming to a simmer for the poached egg. That's the other thing I wanted to mention, is just sort of, keep your tasks going as you're doing other things. So for the simmering water, I put a little bit of vinegar in there that helps the egg coagulate. And then I'm going to make a whirlpool out of the water and drop the egg in there and turn the heat down to medium. So you just want your water at a very low simmer when you're poaching eggs, and you can leave it in there anywhere from like 4 to 10 minutes depending on how hard you want the yolk. I prefer to have mine a little bit harder, but I was making this for my husband and he likes runny yolks, so I decided to leave it a little bit looser. Okay, so here is another piece of that seduction bread. So good. I'm just going to scoop out the avocado and put it on the toast. You could totally make 2 slices of this if you wanted to. I think this one is a little bit more filling just because of the avocado and the egg together, but definitely make enough for you. So I wanted to make sure also that I drained the egg on a paper towel. That just makes sure to get all the water off. Put it on top of the avocado toast, add some salt and pepper, and voila, there is your avocado toast with a poached egg. Totally delicious and totally simple. Definitely less than 10 minutes, so you have time to make this in the morning. Would totally recommend it. Okay, so this next idea is for a breakfast sandwich, and you're like, why do I need an idea for a breakfast sandwich? Well, I am going to share with you how to make, in my opinion, the best breakfast sandwich. So the thing that makes this the best, in my opinion, is you butter the English muffin and you toast it in the skillet rather than just putting it in the regular toaster. So I'm going to put my egg into a bowl and poke the yolk because I want the yolk hard while I'm making the breakfast sandwich. So I just season that with salt and pepper. I'm using a large skillet to kind of cook everything in all together so that I don't dirty as many dishes. So in one corner, I'm going to fry my egg. In another corner, I'm going to heat up some ham, and then I have my buttered English muffin face down on the other side. So I'm going to give the egg a flip and flip the ham as well. I probably have the heat here on about medium to medium high, and this definitely is quick. It takes less than 10 minutes, and you're going to have a delicious breakfast sandwich. You could put some cheese on it of your choice. I added some sharp provolone cheese, and then I am putting the ham on the top, and then basically just assemble it. So this is super simple. If you wanted to get really fancy, you can even add some arugula to it. Sometimes I do that. Just take some arugula and toss it with like some lemon juice and salt and pepper. But here's how it turned out. Whole wheat English muffin, toasty with ham, egg, and cheese. So delicious. Okay, so next up is some overnight oats, and I have to tell you, I think this recipe has made me a overnight oat convert. I'm not a huge fan of cold oatmeal, but this was actually really delicious. And I just wanted to mention too that with overnight oats, you can totally heat them up in the morning as well. So to a measuring cup, I'm adding 1/2 cup of oat milk, 1/2 cup of oats. I'm going to add a little bit of yogurt for creaminess, some vanilla, and then the sweetener of your choice. I just used some honey. I'm going to take the chance to add some more nutrition to this. So I'm adding a few spoonfuls of the plant collagen as well as the energy bomb to the overnight oat mix. This is a great way to get your superfood powders in because they make the oatmeal taste delicious and you won't even know that they're there. So I'm just going to stir everything together, and then I'm sharing this because it does take less than 10 minutes to put together the night before. And then all you have to do in the morning is take it out and top it however you want it. You can heat it up if you want to. It is definitely a quick way to get breakfast in that is healthy and filling. So I like using these little 1-cup mason jars. They are the perfect size, and I'm just going to put the lid on and I'll pop that into the fridge and it will be all ready the next morning. So I am going to heat mine up a little bit just because I don't like mine super ice cold. So I just put this on a paper towel and stuck it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. I poured it into a bowl. I put some almond butter on top, some jelly, some almonds, and some strawberries, and this was so good. It tasted like peanut butter and jelly. I definitely recommend it. All right, so next we're making eggs in a nest, and I want to do something more creative than just the regular, egg in a toast with a hole in a skillet. And so I'm actually going to be using these Simply Potatoes hash browns. You can get these in the grocery store. They're very good. They are already cooked, and so when you go to cook them, they definitely take less than 10 minutes. I just cooked them on both sides, and then I made a little well in 2 places in the skillet. I added some eggs, seasoned them, and covered it up with a lid so that the eggs could cook all together, and that's what it looks like when it's done. So super simple, but definitely a great way to make breakfast in the morning. Very quick and easy. All right, so next up we're making breakfast tacos, and this is something that you maybe wouldn't think would take less than 10 minutes, but it really does. The key is just finding the right ingredients. So I have some pre-cooked sausage here. This is turkey sausage. I'm going to dice that up, and then next I'm going to crack my eggs into a bowl. So to my eggs, I'm going to add some salt and pepper and a little bit of milk, and I'll just scramble those up. Now for these breakfast tacos, you can really use any type of meat and veggies and anything that you have in your refrigerator. Obviously, if you have pre-cooked meat, it's going to take a lot less time. That's why I chose this pre-cooked sausage. I think that is great quality, and it's especially great for quick breakfast. So I just sauteed that up in a nonstick skillet, and then I'm adding the eggs to that, and then I'll just stir this around until the eggs are cooked through. I think these would be really good with ham, or if you had some cooked chorizo or some bacon, that would be really great in these also. And you can see Murphy there. He's begging for some breakfast tacos. So for these, I prefer to use corn tortillas. They heat up super quickly, and I just prefer to toast them over my gas burner. So I just do that with a pair of metal tongs, and you just basically flip them over low heat until they get a little bit blistered and brown. If you don't have a gas stove, you could warm these up in a dry skillet as well, or you could wrap them in a damp paper towel and warm them up in the microwave. So after the tortillas are cooked, then I'm just going to add the filling to these, so the egg and the sausage, and then I prefer to add the cheese after I'm done, but you could also add the cheese in the skillet as well, and get that all melted that way too. For the cheese, you can use anything that you have on hand. Obviously, pre-shredded cheese is going to be a lot quicker, so I added a little bit of finely shredded cheddar to these. And then I like to add a little bit of pico de gallo to the top of mine. I think that it gives it a really fresh flavor. You could also add pickled jalapenos or salsa or sour cream or hot sauce or whatever you have on hand. But these are so good and so quick. Definitely try them out. I know that you will love them.
All right, guys, so that is gonna wrap it up for today's video. How did you like all of the ideas? Is there anything that you took away from this video that you think you want to make on your own? I would say I'm pretty partial to the breakfast tacos. Those are one of my favorites, and knowing that you can make them in under 10 minutes is just fantastic. I'll have all the information on the meal ideas and recipes down below, so check the description box. Also, if you want to check out your super, I have a 15% off coupon code. I'll have that information in the description box as well. Highly recommend the chocolate lover powder as well as the collagen powder. It's the best collagen powder that I've ever found, so make sure that you check that out for that exclusive discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.